Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This evening, the sun blazes high. It has just reached the pinnacle of midday on the 7th month of the new year. but, yes, we find ourselves in St. Stephen's Green. The sun does, as I say, glitter down overhead, but it is that cruel winter sun, that sun that has no real warmth in it. So the day is still cold. Your breath will rise above you as steam as you make your way through the park. Everyone tends to keep their heads down and bustle when it's this cold, when it's this unpleasant. However, you have been requested to go here for a very specific purpose, as it would seem as though one of the great denizens of literature, one of the anthropomorphic personifications of the endeavors of an entire race, didn't make it home when last it was several of you met him, and now one of the great guardian protector spirits is somewhat perturbed with the fact his friend has not made it back to their safe haven. So, you have been asked to meet at a specific fountain, which is located deep within the park, off the beaten trail, for this park connects two of the busier areas of the Dublin mercantile district, so off in a side corner, tucked away from the main thoroughfare, wherein people walk hither, thither, up and down, you will find this small, secluded fountain. We will do your introductions in the order in which you appear on my screen. So, Mikhail, you will arrive first.
Mikhail is following the instructions on his letter, keeping it in his hand, and he is being escorted by a woman with blue eyes and a woman with, is it red eyes? Red eyes.
Red eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. In that case, Darcy, you are up next.
Oh, okay. That was faster than I expected. Darcy just came from a shoot, so she's still wearing her extremely high heels and her outfit, and it's just like which only makes her slightly, makes her like average height because she's kind of small. And she's kind of darting along the park to go to the fountain. And as she is there, she's just gonna sit down and open like a pocket mirror. She's just gonna check up on her face, on her makeup, because she had to rush. That's never a good thing when you're doing makeup.
I mean, your blush is all over the place. Whatever shall you do?
Oh my god.
There's a smudge in your eyeliner. There's a smudge. Oh my god, there's a smudge.
No way. So she's gonna dive into her purse, and this is one of these women's purses that look kind of small but has everything that you kind of need. And she's gonna work her makeup.
There was actually a correspondence to Matter 2 wrote called Bottomless Purse, where you can basically summon small items that would be in a purse into a purse.
At some point, Darcy will learn this.
Excellent. Okay, cool. Next up is Christina. You're next.
So, yeah, she shows up in the where is she supposed to, at the fountain, right? That's where we're going. Yeah.
Fountain. Yep.
Okay, and she's dressed fairly normal for her, which is, it's cold, so she's got a sweater and a jacket on, a scarf, gloves, jeans. She's got a backpack with Archimedes in it.
You put the owl in a bag?
Yes! He always goes in the bag.
Okay. Better be a nice bag.
It's a very nice bag, and it's warm in there.
Okay. He will be wrapped up in a scarf. He'll be happy.
Okay. Yeah. And
he has a little reading light in there and is currently reading a book. Don't worry about it.
And who all is present so far?
Darcy and Mikhail.
Okay. So she doesn't know Darcy, but she knows Mikhail, so she'll wave to him and nod to Darcy.
I was just going to say,
Darcy.
I was just going to say, post it in the chat. Basically, how I'm going to do this is, because this is just it seems like the thing. It'll either be an intellect streetwise or an intellect politics role. It'll start off at difficulty 9, and for every dot of fame you have, it's going to reduce the difficulty of the role. So from now, we're going to institute this policy when I actually write the official rules for it, because, you know, if people have fame, they might want to be recognized. Is Christina active online in any manner or such?
Yeah, she checks social media once in a while.
All right then, Darcy, why are you famous?
Darcy is at the moment mostly famous because she's basically a minor version of Paris Hilton. Her dad owns a global hotel branch. She is rather popular on Instagram, and she has her own YouTube channel that is rather successful. And if you get a lot of successes, you might know that when she was a lot younger, she had a reality TV show and won a lot of pageant things. So basically, imagine a crossover between Paris Hilton and Honey Boo Boo.
Oh my God! All right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you're welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, at some point you will be called upon to kill it with fire.
Then she would recognize Darcy because she'd know her from YouTube. Oh my God!
Right,
and her eyes.
Just to keep this proverbial hellstorm raging towards the abyss, we're going to have Maximilian show up next.
So Maximilian shows up with a very strange item with him. Let me put it up. That he is carrying rather tenderly and is talking to it the entire time. This is the item in question. Raggedy Aggie.
If anyone has spirit sight, there's definitely a spirit in that thing. And if anyone has the ability to speak to spirits active, you can understand that it's actually talking back.
Okay.
Fantastic.
None of you will know who he is. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. None of you know who he is, but he just kind of walks up to the group and just kind of stands there and is talking to a doll. I have Arcane 5, which is why I say I don't think any of you will remember.
Only if you activate the Arcane, it applies.
You
if
also
you don't activate it.
So it's not always.
So you might have heard of you as a mage.
That depends. If you're a member of the Disparate Alliance, possibly.
Oh, it's disparate status. Okay, not traditional status. Right.
No.
That's kind of relevant. Okay.
It's status with the cool group, unlike status with the jockey prep kids. Fuck those guys. Hashtag Hollow Ones for life. So with that in mind, Mikhail, you can actually make an intelligence disparate alliance lore check if you'd like.
Okay.
Or if I didn't give you disparate alliance lore, because I sometimes don't, it'll just be mage lore.
Okay.
I've been trying to string down on influences I give people, because if I give them too many, it dilutes what they do.
Got nothing on my who dat.
You got nothing on the who dat?
I got nothing on the who dat.
You have no idea who dat. Okay. For the record, currently the doll is talking about how she likes Darcy's shoes. That is all.
Well, duh.
Duh. Or rather, doll. Next up is Mr. Gallo.
Okay. Rupert is wearing his the practical outdoor hiking type garb and a leather jacket and the standard issue walking cane. I think he's probably given a welcoming nod hello to Darcy, who he's met once before. And, and I think he's met Mikhail as well, hasn't he? At least once.
Once.
Yeah. And Lindsay, you said you got Prime Sight up.
Yep.
Okay. Rupert is currently glowing with an awful lot of quintessence with a holy resonance to it.
Alrighty.
Gonna be like that today.
All
right. And in that case, last but not least, Daniel, would you like to intro your character?
Yes. Well, I don't really know how to make one of those character sheets you got going on right now.
We can teach you how to do it. We can teach you how to do it at a later point. It's not that important.
Well, my character is named Pat O'Leary. You can basically see him as a regular ginger for, I guess, the average that would be in Dublin. He's wearing a tracksuit and he's jogging towards your way. And as he looks at the uncanny group of people, he approaches you and says, "Hi, good day. I assume you're the lightning folk, I guess?"
A small owl head pops out of a bag, and it will say in perfectly audible English, "You make it sound like we're some kind of gaggle of superheroes."
Well, are you?
I'm gonna let somebody else answer that.
Mikhail, tilt his head back and forth.
I'm just a sailor.
I mean, if you're here to respond to this letter and I show them my copy, I guess that you're probably worried about this missing person.
Before we continue, Joey, if you'd like to intro, we will get the group all together.
Okay, so we're at a fountain.
It's the same fountain you guys were at the last time.
Okay, so even though she doesn't know why Mary has shown up here again, she still has the scars on her lips from the last time she showed up here. So she's kind of mentally kicking herself going, this is a really stupid idea. But she shows up anyways. She is a fairly attractive young woman with bright purple hair. Wearing, pretty simple clothes with a necklace of feathers. And yeah, she there.
Okay. As you all gather together, you'll hear the sound of a kind of a pop, and then a crash as a whole bunch of trash cans are knocked over. At which point, standing from the malaise of trash that has just been spewed onto the ground, you will see this individual picking himself up. "Oh, I was never very good at that. Oh, dear."
Ew.
You guys will see he's about 5'3", 5'4", a very anthropomorphic pig who has he's dressed in very kind of very stereotypical Asian clothing. He has the Quinn hair braid that falls over his left shoulder, and he is carrying a rake, like a kind of a very like something you'd use to rake leaves, and he will bow very, very rapidly to each individual. He'll say, "Oh, I'm so glad that you came in order to help with my request." To answer your question, Piggy's aura is solid gold, but you can see his emotional state, which is incredibly, incredibly upset and incredibly scared. To answer the question,
okay. Have I seen an aura like that before? Ever?
Have you looked at higher umbral godly beings before?
Raphael?
Similar, but okay. His would have been white. His would have been gold with a center of white, essentially like almost painful to look at. Pigsy's is golden, and it's almost like a kind of a comforting golden, if you get me. Essentially, whereas Raphael is you can know this for free. Whereas Raphael is a being that was created via the will of the quote unquote creator, be it God, the august personage of Jade, etc. Pigsy was created by human belief and the concept of a story.
Right.
So there is a difference, but they're not. There's a difference, but they're connected. If that makes sense.
Okay.
But he'll pick himself up and
yeah.
He picks himself up and he brushes himself down, and as I said, he bows very rapidly to each one of you. "Oh, it's so good that you've all come. It's so terrible."
What is wrong, Pixie? There's been a long time since I've seen you. Is Senpai doing well, as well as the Monkey King?
Oh, that's the problem, Mr. Maximilian. We don't know, and it's gotten so much worse. He removes from a satchel that he's carrying on his belt a large scroll, and he kind of holds it out and says, "We only noticed this morning, but it's not good. It's not good at all."
Maximilian will take the letter and casually open it up.
All right. So as you open it up, you'll need to spread it on the ground because it's very large. It's very long. You will see beautiful artistic images that have been rendered on the page. Beautiful, very, very stylized calligraphy. I take it that none of you here speak Chinese.
No.
But I can read it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Not without magic.
Cool. In that case, Mikhail, what you are reading is essentially a very, very classic Chinese version of Journey to the West.
Okay.
However, you will notice that every time that they go to mention Sun Wukong, his name is missing.
Oh.
Also, there is a picture of him at the center of the book, himself and the monk Tripitaka stood together, but the Monkey King is physically fading out of the picture. Very slowly. We just noticed this morning. This is so not good.
So, what's going on? Darcy is just spraying some perfume, by the way, because, ew, garbage smell.
I'm not actually allowed to say it because that goes against the mandates and principles of heaven, but I think that your friends might be smart enough to figure it out.
Wait a second. Has Sun... You can't tell us what happened, but you can answer yes or no if we are right. Correct?
Yes.
Has the Monkey King been removed from the celestial heavens?
No.
Did they punish him because he stole the peach?
No, the celestial censor doesn't know anything about that. He thinks that it was all legal and above board.
Okay.
I pull out a token of the Monkey King.
Okay. You guys will see a small golden coin, roughly about the size of... it'll fit very neatly into the palm of your hand. On one side of it, it has the Monkey King's carved face, and on the other, it has the kanji that represents him.
Mm-hmm.
It's still there, Grog.
Well, I'll begin the ritual to... Well, no, I won't. We're in the middle of a park. One moment. Back in character. We need to go somewhere more hospitable and less in the public eye so that we can try to divine where the Monkey King is. Is that okay with you, Pigsy? Which I don't know how he's not being seen at the moment.
People are looking in your direction. He does, but they don't seem to see him, or if they are, they're not reacting to him. He will contemplate for a few moments before he'll vigorously nod his head.
I mean, if you need a conference room, I'm sure I can arrange one at the hotel.
That would be fine with me. Does anyone else have anything else to argue against that while I attempt to summon the Monkey King?
7 people going to a hotel room may look a little strange.
Sorry?
Oh, you mean a conference room? Yes, of course, that's fine. I thought for a moment you meant a hotel room, which would look odd.
I mean...
I'm not sure. I feel like I've come to this story halfway through. Is there something else I should be aware of behind this?
He points immediately at Darcy.
Me? What did I do wrong?
You didn't, but it was your idea.
Oh.
What did you do?
Oh, I didn't do it.
What did you inspire?
Well, there was something with like a peach and a thunder dragon that refused to take the peach, which would grant him a couple of years more, and he just wanted to die because he didn't want to see his family die, and so he didn't want to take the peach. And then if we gave him the peach, Monkey King had promised us all to answer the question. So I was like, if he takes the peach, and then we go back to the Monkey King and ask what the other options are that we can do to make sure that the dragon doesn't need to eat the peach, or might want to eat the peach. If he didn't eat the peach, then there wouldn't be any thunder anymore, and that I don't know. That just sounded sort of problematic. So,
Darcy, can I just guess right? Are you saying you inspired someone to take the forbidden fruit?
That wasn't forbidden as far as I understood?
Oh, yes, it was!
Oh
no.
But they didn't tell me that.
Curiously, our culture has a story about this as well.
In her defense, the Monkey King had already stolen another peach of immortality that he probably shouldn't have taken from the Divine Garden, and now it's about to go horribly wrong.
Actually, that's interesting because there were two trees with different fruits in our story as well.
I mean, I just presumed that the one was sort of, okay, and then the other one wasn't.
How vulgar would it be to just try to summon the Monkey King right here?
I mean,
you can try to find out. Okay, I should probably explain. Sun Wukong was sent via the Celestial Censor in order to give the Peach of Immortality to the Thunder Dragon, or Xian Lung, as his name is. I suppose it's good to use things' names. But anyway, the Thunder Dragon refused to take the peach. Not once, not twice, but thrice he refused because, well, eating the peach would, make him live another, well, it's more than a handful of years. It's about 5,000 or so years, give or take. It's essentially what all gods have to do to maintain their immortality. So he refused it because he had a mortal lover and children, and those children had children, so he didn't want to outlive his family.
Yeah, that.
So he gave the piece of immortality that the censor gave him to Miss Darcy, but he'd also stolen another peach of immortality that could be cut up and given to the family so that they could also endure. Which he wasn't actually meant to do, but did anyway.
Evan, correct me if I'm wrong, but Mage's Sanctum is the most private and secretive area that he has, correct?
I mean, yes, it's essentially your own little pocket of reality.
How far are we from the docks, Evan?
You're in the middle of, you're about to get hit lunch hour traffic, so about an hour and a half. But Miss Darcy managed to convince the Celestial Censor that the family should be allowed to live anyway, so he allowed the second peach to be given, but the second peach had already been given. So you see, it all worked out in the end, at least technically, legally. We did, well, rather, because of his edict, we did nothing wrong technically.
So, I didn't do anything wrong. How's this my fault?
I didn't say it was your fault.
I don't think we're assigning blame. I think we're trying to understand what's happened. Okay. Now, do we have some serious proposals on how to proceed?
Your friend there has one of the Monkey King sigils that he gave to a group of individuals who helped us when we were last here. In theory, that can connect to him, I think.
That sounds like a strong arcane connection, so yes, I imagine you could scry him or try to summon him or try to transport yourself to him. That sounds like a sensible plan. Are there any other ideas before we proceed?
Nope, you had my ideas just spoken out loud. But if we go, we need to leave now because it's going to be about an hour or so before we get to where I can do this properly.
Okay. Do you wish us to come with you?
Tracking hounds.
Yes. You may come with me if you wish.
Okay, well, if no one has any other ideas, I suggest we proceed with that one.
Sure.
Realistically, Grog, you don't really have to go anywhere. In order to activate the effect, you have to break the coin.
Yes, but I would like to do it in my sanctum.
Why? That would be...
Because in the sanctum I can try to scry or do other things and it not be completely vulgar what I am doing.
Scrying isn't vulgar.
Unless you're putting up like a projection or something.
Which I would, so that everyone else can see what's going on.
It sounds entirely sensible to me that you want to be in your sanctum where you're strongest in case anything goes wrong. I'm sure we're happy to wait nearby if that would be what you prefer.
All right.
Is there any way to see if anyone's whatchamacallit matches mine paradigm? That's an OOC question.
With them.
No, there is a route to learn somebody's paradigm, but it's like Mind 4, Prime 4.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that. Ooh.
Yeah, it's like reading. It's either that or it's Mind 4, Spirit 4. I have to check it.
I have Spirit 4, so I could do it with Spirit.
But anyway, the coin itself sits in your hand. Grog, for the record, as you look at it, the coin is starting to crack.
Oh, then if it's already starting to crack, I'm going to break it.
Like degrading crack.
Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and break it right here if it's already starting to degrade before my eyes.
I was going to say, and then something happened. Okay.
Yep.
So you just unceremoniously snap the coin?
No, I've got a ceremony involved. Hold on. I've got things written down about summoning the Monkey King. But we're in the middle of places, oh well. Let's see. I've got notes. Hold on. I've got lots of notes on this character. Ogway, Lord of the Sea, protector of the sailors, hear my plea and show me where the Monkey King is. Monkey King, who has given me this token, come to me so that I may ask of you a boon as you have promised in your celestial personage. August Jade Emperor, hear my words and let these things come to pass.
When you intone the name of the August Jade Emperor, Pigsy falls on his knees like, oh no! All right, you snap the coin. Hi everybody, how's it going?
Good.
Awesome.
Okay. It is as if the ground is suddenly ripped away from you all.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And you are falling.
Oh, fuck.
Darcy, this is a somewhat, normal sensation for you.
Yeah. Oh, Siren, hi.
You will all... you fall for about... what seems to be like 30 seconds before... you physically, you feel like, as I said, you fall for about 30 seconds before you feel yourself hit terra firma, hit hard ground, basically. It is not a pleasant experience. You feel yourself jolted as you do so, and you find yourself sitting on a purple expanse of grass that extends as far as the eye can see. The sky above you is green and flecked with crackling black lightning. You will feel an innate sense of oddness, like everything is ever so slightly different. anyone who has spirit lore. You are indefinitely, categorically in the Umbra.
Woohoo!
Hooray!
All right. Well, I'm familiar
High,
with
low, mid, Jade.
You don't know. You can. You kind of have to pick yourself up.
All right, well, I'll pick myself up and try to figure out where we are. I've got lots of lore, so.
Darcy will sort of immediately
that.
shout,
Like
I wasn't late for my lessons!
Instinctively, then you look around. It's like, he's not here. Ah.
Oh, shit.
Mikhail will get up and kind of like dust off his outfit and look over at the woman with the blue eyes. You know, you could have caught me.
I'm sorry, Sadiq. Was that your desire? You never expressed so.
We were falling, and you can fly.
Yes, Sadiq. Would you like to institute a new standing request that in the event we are falling again, I should catch you?
He puts his hand on his face. Yes.
As you wish, Sadiq. It will be remembered. Helping.
He is rubbing his eyebrows. One hand.
All right, kids. Something obvious that will become obvious as you guys look around. You will see looming over you, and I will emphasize the phrase looming, a sight that to a handful of you will not be entirely new. You have seen something that looks very like this before. You will see this ship hovering about maybe 2 or 3 kilometers away. It appears to be kind of at some kind of docking mooring, which has been built into the side of a mountain.
Well, fuckity-doo-dah-day.
Is that the Leviathan?
It is not the Leviathan.
Oh, it's the sister ship. Okay, but it's the same design. That's why I recognize it, do I? Okay.
Yes, it is its sister ship.
Okay.
You will see on the side of it, if you look through, if you have any enhanced sight or senses, you will see Behemoth written on it.
Okay.
You want to say what?
Do you all know what that is?
Last time I was around, that's called a technocrat ship, and yeah, we were at war.
Okay, it's not just a technocrat ship; it's a massively large technocratic ship. Last I heard, in the control of Cypher 9, a rogue element of the technocracy, who's refused the peace treaty.
And now in English, please.
Traitor to the technocracy that we have a peace treaty with. Peace treaty and technocracy does not roll off the tongue well.
Yes, well,
I've heard about that.
Okay, that's a very, very large, powerful ship controlled by a very, very bad man that we don't want to engage at this point.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the obvious question. Why are we here?
Christina
because the monkey bro was there.
So is he in there? She points at the ship.
Evan, do I still have both of the halves of the coin still?
You do, in fact.
Can I use them to scry? Like, is it a very powerful item?
Yeah, it is a very powerful sympathetic connection.
All right then. And he's. What are the rules for scrying again? I gotta look that up.
It is correspondent to, plus in this case, spirit to identify a spirit that you're attempting to scry on.
So I'm guessing all of you have been here before?
No.
No, we haven't been here before. Some of us were involved with the sister ship of that.
Okay, I was just assuming because everybody seemed pretty unfazed by the purple grass and green skies.
Well, this is somewhere in the Umbra. Perhaps an expert could tell us where.
If you guys want to make a intelligence cosmology roll, difficulty 7, you can.
Will do.
Hell yeah.
What's the
Nothing will ever be there, just like give it to my face.
Pretty much.
I got 7 dice for this. So,
it's standard diff.
Okay.
It's standard. Does my spiritual? Let's see. Does my my celestial affinity would I guess not fit into this?
No, unfortunately not. Wow, those ones though, Joey. Those ones.
Hey, I still got 2 successes.
I know.
What kind of spirits are like wandering around us with my,
None at the moment. Absolutely nothing. It is as if it is bare.
Even with my spirit magnet 7. Damn.
Yes, it is. There is nothing here.
Yeah,
that shouldn't happen.
Curiously, the spirits don't hang out the huge technocratic battleship.
I mean, right. I got 3 successes on that roll.
All right, so Lindsay and Joey, you guys are pretty sure. If you had to guess, you're probably